go, Mr. Barber.
Oh, yeah, we were supposed to use that's what we were going to use the iron for. We were going to build cells for each of the
Whoa.
a mass detention center.
Caleb Ice Knavel, that's what they've been calling him.
All these people are moving into our territory. We gotta house them appropriately. Guys, in incredibly poor taste recently.
Yes.
Oh, I know.
Yes.
I'm aware. I'm aware what you're saying is fucking wild.
Yeah, I can't even keep going with it.
Dude, I got some fucking MAGA people on my fucking Facebook that I'm about to pop off on. I've been just boiling up.
Every time I open Facebook for some reason, I immediately close it.
Yeah.
God, I just can't believe like people just post certain things and just like,
yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, everybody agrees with this.
Oh, I've watched several of the things
shit.
several times over, and then you listen to someone. Look, I know what was said was bad, but like, I agree that it was bad, but I still think we should keep him as president. You're what?
Yeah. Well, even just like the fucking
or just the straight up denial that while looking at the pictures or videos, and they're just like, yeah, I mean, she clearly was trying to kill that ICE agent.
I've
what are you talking about?
The guy sidesteps out of the way. One, you are not supposed to, as a like, it's in common training. You are not supposed to put yourself.
That
in a
is the first question I had.
The only result of what can happen.
Why the fuck are you walking in front of the car?
Where the only result of what you can do is shoot somebody, right? You're not supposed to put yourself in that situation, but that's fine. Two, they don't even have the jurisdiction to try to do anything with her outside of the fact that they had credible evidence that there was an illegal immigrant in that car. Short of that, they are not police. They are not cops. They are not allowed to do anything with her. They can tell her to leave, but like all the shit they were trying to like walk up to the car and do, they're not allowed to do. They're not supposed to be allowed to do.
It's intimidation, use power. That's all they're doing.
And then where they're trying to go through and like hand wave saying that she was trying to run that guy over. Well, he didn't pull his gun out until he had sidestepped away from the car, and then he fired 3 times as she passed him.
Retaliatory.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, I've caught myself in like the pandemic news cycle, and I'm just like, I'm so over it. It's so exhausting to just like.
I hate it, but man, I'm just like, I just have watched.
I think it's exhausting.
Even they showed his video perspective that came out today.
From his phone. It's from his phone.
It's from his phone. Did you hear what he says at the end of it too?
Yes.
It's crazy to just shoot somebody in the face and then go fucking bitch.
Yes, says fucking bitch. And then, do you know what the last thing she said to him was? Something along the lines of like, I'm not mad at you.
Oh yeah.
Or
I'm
something
not mad
like
at you. Whatever. I'm not mad at you. I'm not
mad at you. It's fine. Something like that.
Fine.
And she tries to drive off, and then he shoots her 3 times in the head. That's insane. Any other administration, any other situation, this would be completely unacceptable. There would be people fired. There would be investigations. There would be apologies. There would be all sorts of things that would happen. But, we just have people that have complete unreality as the expectation.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the other part is, I didn't mean to kick off this discussion, but the other part is like, you've got the vice president of the United States saying that they have absolute immunity, right?
Yes.
So what he's telling other ICE officers is you can kill with impunity. You can kill anyone and you have absolute immunity.
Yep.
I heard the other one was like, he shot in broad daylight in front of other people, and then there was a doctor who was pleading with the ICE officers as they let her bleed to death, which she was probably dead anyway. Fair.
Yeah, at that point, I assume she's already dead. But they were basically like, let me go check.
Pleading with him, I'm a doctor, which they're supposed to if they're federal law enforcement. If they're law enforcement, Even if that was a criminal, even if that criminal was shooting at them, even if the criminal was shooting at them, they are required by their oath to render aid to that person. Even if they were shooting at them, trying to kill the officers intentionally.
Yes.
It is their fucking job, their responsibility to go through and render aid to a person that is in grievous bodily danger. And they just they just let her bleed to death, let her die,
Yeah, they were like,
no attempt.
We've got people on the way,
shoving people away.
And it was like, or no, we have people. We have our own medics, but no medic actually helped until paramedics from the hospital arrived, which was like,
what a joke.
So you were never like, you just were like, even if in the slightest chance she could have lived, your plan was to let her die regardless.
Yes, it was. They're just, I mean, well, I feel like we're probably going to see more about what this guy comes out and more of these people come out, but we all know who started joining ICE after the people who are in power took office, and like the mandate went out that they were getting rid of all of the people that a certain group of our people in our country really don't like. We all know who joined ICE in droves. I feel like we're going to see that he's a Proud Boy or something fucking crazy. And basically the brown shirts have been given a fucking license by the Vice President of the United States to commit to try to create an authoritarian state in the biggest democracy on the planet. So that's great. Also, Dre showed me something. It was like, okay, so these people in broad daylight shot a blonde hair, blue-eyed woman, mother of 3, who was a U.S. citizen. What are they doing to immigrants who are not from this country and who they have been proven to have like no legal recourse?
Yep. Yeah, that's something to consider. I mean, it's like that. I mean, I can't remember who. No, it was the my gosh. Kia, no, not Kia, Hyundai employees who were talking about how they were mistreated in the detention center, wasn't it?
Yes.
They had to drink water off a pool, like a puddle on the ground or something like that. Just bad stuff, like really bad conditions.
You remember what happened when they found out Guantanamo Bay happened?
Yeah.
Where's that? Where's the
I don't know if we're ever going back to that. We're in like a very unfortunate new normal where like this is the reality that we live in. Like this is our new normal. It's like this insane like barrage of constant like shit coming at you. It's like that's Trump has changed the political atmosphere. Like it's totally changed now. Like I don't know if we'll ever go back to like any sort of normalcy again.
I think that there is a certain amount of shit that people can put up with before there's a large scale change.
No, you're sorry.
I was just
right.
gonna say.
Go ahead.
That like you typically see like there's events where there's these great drawbacks in power that happen in history. The Great Depression caused one of them. The strife in the 70s caused one of them. And you normally see that there's this really big swing in one way where a lot of weird, crazy things happen. Like this isn't the first mass immigration that's ever happened or mass deportation that they've ever attempted. There was one in the 50s. Shortly after that, you have a lot of like worker cutbacks. There's things that can occur that can cause enough people to be mad about what's happening where large scale changes are made, hopefully in the right direction. The problem it seems is that like, with the age of computers, the information age, is it just seems that, it used to be the things that could happen like really slowly and it was really hard. Like you would really have to trust certain sources of information. Now there's going to have to be some correction to the fact that you can just make up everything. And there's no way that you can like credit or discredit falsehoods because they're false and they can just say whatever they want to say and just say, "Trust me, bro," and that's just accepted, at least for now.
So, I mean, I think that's fundamentally one of the problems is that most Americans are like not, or Americans on the different ends of the political spectrum are not even discussing the same facts, right? They're like,
Yes.
we're like in two different realities, and we can't meet in the middle because we don't even have the same information. Do you know what I mean? Like, people on the left have their information, people on the right have their information. They're totally conflicting. And so the easiest solution is just assume the other person that they're either evil or stupid because they don't because it's so clear to you, right?
Yeah, I was having, I was like looking, and it was just, I have a kind of MAGA-y, quote unquote uncle. I don't know what he is. He's a cousin or something. I don't remember his relation to me, but he's posting all this stuff about Maduro, right? How happy he, like, basically something along the lines of the Democrats won't give Trump credit when he does anything good. If he cured cancer, the Democrats wouldn't give him credit. And I'm like, one, that's even if that was relevant, okay? I don't feel like it's the most relevant to what's going on with your post, but even if that was what the case was, I don't find as much of a problem with that as I find a problem with like his specifically, but a lot of other people's um, hero worship with Trump, where they can't even admit a single thing that he's done wrong. I find that where you can't give somebody credit for the things they've done right is considerably less important than being incapable of finding fault in a person. Yeah. And it seems like there's so many people that Trump worship that just literally cannot find fault. I can all day, I can name problems that Biden had. I can name problems that Obama had. I love Obama. A lot of people like Obama. I like Obama. And I promise you, I could point things out that I wish he did differently. And I promise that he could not point out a single thing that Trump did wrong.
Yeah. I feel like that's the true Trump derangement syndrome, is to be honest. It's like, but I don't know what the future, I really don't know what the future of the Republican Party will be when he's gone. Because the entire party is built is built around him, like around his ego and his image.
Yeah.
So like once he's gone, I mean, like are people just going to be like, okay, now I will just accept anything JD Vance tells me without question?
I think that the answer is, I think that the true answer is that there's going to be some people that do. I think that there's going to be some people that don't. It's kind of hard to like their way that they brand, they can make it, they can get behind almost anybody. But I do think that there's going to be at least a short period of time where there's a fracturing that at least causes some destabilization and they have to recenter behind something else. But their superpower is that they can fucking get behind any low life on the planet, clearly.
I don't know if any one will work though, because like not everyone just has the same, like it's a cult of personality right now, and the personality is Donald Trump, right? So once it's gone, it's going to be a vacuum, right? Like nobody is he's the successful businessman who's too honest. You know what I mean? It's like what?
Well, I mean, they had that with Reagan. I think that they had it with Bush for some period of time there. But there is like things that can make it bad enough that they don't really go for those people for at least a short period of time, and they have to kind of like regroup behind somebody else.
I just don't know who they're going to regroup behind that is going to you might entirely keep the MAGA base intact with that bullshit, but once like that's gone, like how many independents are just going to blindly follow that?
Yeah. I think that they're gonna, I mean, it's hard. I don't know what's gonna happen with them, because if it was what I thought was gonna happen, I thought that he was not going to win re-election. So
Nobody.
But
it's hard to pick.
That's what I was going to say earlier. Was like the term Trump amnesia comes to mind, where you're talking about like how people kind of get pushed to the edge and like how like frustrated they get, and it's like we were all there in 2020, right? Like we all knew how bad it was and how frustrated we were. And then he had a cherry on top by like trying to throw an insurrection in right at the very end, and it's like we all just we didn't. A lot of people just forgot. They're just like, yeah, like things were sunshine and rainbows when he was in charge. We should go back to that.
I mean, I don't disagree with you, but like I also would say I would hedge it with saying he got a lot of votes in that election. He got the second most votes anyone had ever received in an election in that election.
Yeah.
The only reason he lost is because Biden got the most votes anybody's ever received.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I mean, I just think that there has to be some point where there's like, the people who follow Trump either get so screwed by the policies, but like that's the thing is like the Republicans have been doing it for so long where they can literally, stick their stick in their own spokes, so to speak, the country's spokes, and then somehow it's the Democrats' fault. It happened with ACA. The reason that ACA doesn't work as intended is because of the Republicans. It happened with our pullout of Afghanistan. It was literally started by something Trump did, and we get Biden gets blamed for how the pullout of Afghanistan went. Somehow the lockdowns are Biden's fault, right? How many people will you talk to that you probably believe that? And it's like, who was president when the lockdown started? Who was telling us to inject bleach and it'll be okay? It wasn't Biden, So it's just like, how do you deal with like their propaganda machine is impressive, and you would just think that there would be no way that you could ever like believe some of the things that some of these people believe, but holy cow, it's just shocking sometimes.
No, you're not wrong.
It is.
That's the scary part. There's just things that are unacceptable in my point of view that have been happening in our country for a really long time, and I died for a really long time, and where I just want to at some point not have to deal with them in my life, or deal with like some minor version of them. Like housing has gotten
that's totally valid. That's totally valid for sure.
Yeah. And I'm just like, my generation, you guys, we've all lived through like single generational events that should only happen to one generation. And we've like lived through like 3 recessions. We've lived through a global pandemic. We've lived through how many wars now? And we're trying to start more. I don't know. And this is another thing that stupid fucking guy, I'm sure I'm gonna at some point lose my fucking cool and just like respond to him and cause a family drama. But like he'll go through, I'll have to watch people who are like, oh yeah, we got rid of a dictator, we get more oil, cool story. I don't see no drugs are gone. And it's like, one, we have no credible evidence. They've refused to provide it that he is in any way engaged with the drug cartel movements, nor is there any credible evidence that there is even really any drugs coming from that country in a substantial amount. 2, we lived in a generation where this guy was alive and he was in his fucking 30s, where we invaded Iraq for oil. And I would like anybody to fucking on a goddamn map or on a graph show me where the general public profited or was better off by the financial choices made to invade Iraq. Gas didn't get cheaper. Sure fucking didn't. Because it got really fucking bad. Even during the Iraq invasion, it never got better. It never got less than it was before 2001. And all it cost us was trillions and trillions of dollars. We destabilized the Iraqi government, which caused millions of Iraqi deaths So it's like, even if we want to say, oh, we got rid of a dictator who was killing people. Oh, well, we killed 1 million of those fucking people. And then all we did was create a power vacuum that ISIS, which is way worse than Saddam Hussein, got to live in. So what the fuck are we talking about? We want fucking Iraq, Venezuela edition? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just unreasonable. People just have like no fucking sense.
Yeah. It's funny. I think I must have told you guys this already, but like I remember in the days after the 2024 election, it dawned on me, and I really realized that like I really overestimated how intelligent the American electorate were. Like,
oh yeah,
I mean, in like,
Yeah, it was the
like,
same in my
least mean
household,
way.
dude. Same in my household.
Like, I was just like, holy shit! Like, I did not realize this many people in the country could actually fall for a scam this obvious. You know what I mean? It's like like when you get a call and it's like a robot AI voice, and you're like, yeah, this is just a scam. You know what I mean? Like, some people just have that filter, and some people just don't, apparently. And I didn't realize so many people could not see an obvious con.
Yep. His whole life is a con. Nothing he's ever said has been true.
I could understand the first time he won, right? Like, I get it, because people were sick of establishment politics. Like, he came in, fresh voice, and people just wanted somebody else, right? Like, I've told you guys this. I watched this video of these farmers, and they were saying, I'm Trump or I'm Bernie, and I am nowhere in the middle. I don't want anyone in the middle. I don't want Hillary. I don't want Romney. I don't want any of the guys who have been here forever. I either want someone on the extreme right or the extreme left, and because they're just tired of it. And so he was like, he was
change something. Yeah,
exactly, right. They're just grasping for something different. So they went. You know, the DNC. They crushed Bernie's chances. So they went with the right. So I get it. I get in 2016, like, just taking the gamble. But in 2020, 2024, guys, come on. Like, just look. Just open your eyes. I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
Yeah, I had seen a tweet, I think from someone from like Australia, and was just like, I don't understand it. This is what the election seems like to me. It's like option A, everyone gets a puppy. Option B, diarrhea forever. And it was like 50.01 to 49.99. It just was like,
it's insane.
Like, everyone outside of America understood this somehow.
I know.
That is wildly accurate.
It's partly because it's like everyone gets diarrhea, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna say that actually everybody gets $1,000. You know, that's what we're saying. But do you get $1,000? No, you get fucked in 9 other ways that make life $2,000 more expensive, and then they give you $1,000, something like that. And then you get diarrhea forever.
Yeah, just insane promises. But like that's part of it. Is that like, I'm gonna end all the wars on day one. I'm gonna reduce drug prices by 1,500%. So I'm gonna pay you to take medication. You know, it's like
listening to them try to say that you can have something go down by hundreds of %, and they're just like, no, that's the way it works, infuriates me to a level.
You can go up by 100%. You can go up by thousands of %. You can go up by any number of %. You cannot go down by more than 100%. That's just not how percents are.
Idiotic. It's like, that's what I mean. I severely overestimated the intelligence of the American electorate. Like, I thought when you hear someone say this, clearly they just like either Trump's a moron or you're the moron, right? Like, one of you is the moron.
Yep. There was something that I kind of, fucking hell, how high does it have to be? I had so much health. There is something. There was like a guy, and he goes through, and he's just like, he's Australian, and he does kind of like a quip. He does kind of like quippy things that have happened in the business world. Okay, so what he'll do is it's just like little skits, and it'll be him talking to himself, but he's a different character. And one of the ones was that there was A&W. A&W apparently was like doing some market research, and his little joke is basically that they're like, McDonald's is killing it. They got the quarter pounder. We're going to come out with the third pounder.
Yeah.
Right? We're going to come out with the third pounder. It's more meat. Everybody's going to love it. So they're doing like this little market testing thing. And he's like, they're like talking to like a person. And it's just him and another thing. And he goes, and the guy just goes, no, third pounder. No, I want the quarter pounder. That's more. He's like, no. A third is more than a quarter. And he's like, no. I want the quarter pounder. That one's more.
Yeah.
And
people see 3 or 4, and they're like, I want the 4.
Yep. Yes. And like the people in the room are talking. He's like, oh, obviously this guy isn't accurate because, you know, obviously a third is more than a quarter. And the other guy in the room goes, no, I'm worried that he's the only opinion that matters. It's like the lowest denominator.
Such a good point, dude.
Yeah. I mean, that's where Trump's famous "I love the poorly educated" quote came from. Is because his poll numbers were so good with the literal poorly educated. Like, they're the ones who love him the most.
Yeah. Because I think it's easier to stomach a lie than it is to take a hard truth. To take that, like, things are going to be difficult before they're better.
Yeah.
Crazy though.
Yeah. I mean, okay, sorry. One last one. You guys know who Dave Ramsey is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's someone who I don't agree with a lot of what he says, but he does have like generally sound sound financial advice, right? He endorsed Donald Trump, and I had to think about that for a second. I'm like, okay, you live highly by the Bible. Like, he constantly quotes the Bible, right? Mm-hmm. We're talking about a guy who has committed multiple of the sins of the 10, like he has violated 10 Commandments multiple ways. Not only that, on top, even just in the realm of what Dave Ramsey is good at, finance, allegedly good at, he's committed bankruptcy 6 fucking times. Imagine being like a finance guru, and you as a finance guru endorse a guy who committed bankruptcy 6 fucking times to be president.
Yep. Well, it's because he has the image of being good for specifically the stock market, which is what Dave Ramsey cares about. It's, you know, he can quote the Bible all he wants. He can do all he wants about that. But when push comes to shove, he's as selfish as a prick as the next guy. And that's what he cares about. His and his. And it just purely comes down to his impression of him as a stock market booster. And whether that's true or not, I would say that this presidency,